All right, Chapter 3 Summary. The chapter has presented information differential amplifiers, operational amplifiers, magnetic amplifiers. The information is followed with a summary of the important points of the chapter. Difference amplifier is an amplifier where the output signal dependent upon the difference between the input signal. Two input signal output difference amplifier can be made by the combining common emitter, common base configurations in a single transistor. It shows your input 1, input 2, capacitor 1, capacitor, resistor 1, capacitor 2, capacitor 2, base emitter, collector, voltage collector, resistor 3, capacitor 3, output. A difference amplifier with the input signal with the in phase with each other, the view A with the 180 degrees out of phase with each other, view B out of phase with something other than 180 degrees of each other. Input signal 1, input signal 2, input signal 1, T1, R, resistor 1, T2, input 2, capacitor 2, resistor 2. Emitter and base, and then collector, resistor 3, and output. I believe that's right. Differential amplifier 180 degrees out of phase, and differential amplifier out of phase other than 180 degrees. Differential amplifier has two possible input, two possible output with the combined output signal differential, different output upon the difference between the input signals, and different amplifier can be configured in single input, single input, single output. Also show the single input differential output, a phantom circuit with a split. With a phase split, differential input, differential output, two transistors, operational amplifiers, very high gain, very high input impedance, very low output impedance. Operational amplifiers made of three-stage differential amplifier, high gain voltage amplifier, and output amplifier. Shows the inverting input with negative, non-inverting positive differential amplifier, voltage amplifier, output. That's your operational amplifier. Operational amplifiers are used for the closed loop operation. This means the data generative feedback is lower gain and increase the stability of the operational amplifier. Operational amplifier circuit can be connected with an inverting configuration. It's also shown that it's on the negative voltage. The amplitude input of the resistor A and would be resistor A, point A, and resistor 2 1 feedback. Voltage feedback resistor 1.8, resistor 2, and inverting non-inverting configuration. Gain bandwidth product operational amplifier computed with the multiplying with the gain of bandwidth of the hertz for any of the giving operational amplifier gain bandwidth, which will remain same regardless of the amount of feedback. Shows the operational loop gain, open loop gain, have unity gain point, closed loop gain, show the like a amplifier's halfway point and unity gain. Or summing amplifier application of the operational amplifier output signal determined the sum of the input signal multiplied by the gain. I have voltage output with equal to gain plus times the voltage 1 plus voltage 2 or voltage in however many in the series. Voltage 1, resistor 1, the scaling amplifier, special type of the summing amplifier without output signal determined by multiplying each of the input signal different factor with different determined by the ratio input signal resistor feedback resistor that adding these products. Voltage output is equal to the resistor feedback over the resistor in line 1 and input 1 times voltage 1 plus resistor feedback resistor input 2 times voltage 2 or plus resistor feedback over resistor input 3 times voltage 3. Different scale amplifier application operational amplifier in which the output of the signal is determined the difference between the input signal multiplied with the gain amplifier. Voltage output is equal to gain times voltage 2 minus voltage 1. Saturatable core reactor works on the principle increase the current through the coil, decrease the permeable core, decrease the permeable core, decrease the inductance of the coil, increase the current power through the load. Rheostat control, laminated core, AC power, lamp, load circuit. Ideal operating point with a saturatable core reactor of the knee of the magnetism core. At this point, small change of the current will cause the large change in the load current power. Flux density, magnetism curve, magnetic force, permeability curve, point O or the knee. Three-legged toroidal saturated core reactor with problem load fluxing, adding opposing control during half cycle of the AC load currents. Control circuit, load circuit, half cycle, magnetic amplifier principle, electromagnetism amplifying signals, power amplifier, frequency response normally limited to 100 hertz or below. Magnetic amplifiers are saturatable core reactor. A magnetic flying amplifier used as a rectifier to solve the problem of the hysteresis loss in saturated core reactor. So the full wave rectifier control saturated core reactor. Bias winding allows the DC bias voltage applied with the saturated core reactor with the AC control signal apply the separated control winding in the way the magnifying amplifier can be set with a proper operation. So also the full wave rectifier. And that was chapter 3 summary. And other than that, there's questions and answers and a glossary, an index, and some assignment questions. This has been a reading of the Non-Resident Training Course, Navy Electronic Training Series, Modulate Introduction to Amplifiers, Navy Trial 14180.